Everyone is telling you that partials are cheating. Full range is the only way to grow. Both are wrong. There are actually 4 ways to use partials, and I'm going to show you all of them right now. Perform 10 to 15 partial reps before the full range of motion set. The reason you're pre-fatiguing the muscle first is that the full range of motion reps that follow will hit harder. This technique works on all exercises. It's universal. Pre-exhausting the muscle this way creates stronger contractions on the full range of motion reps that follow, which means more added muscle growth. The pre-exhausting partials method will create a lot more lactic acid, which are metabolic byproducts for muscle failure. Here's why it works. When you pre-exhaust with the isolation move first, your target muscle is already fatigued. Now when you hit the compound movement, your secondary muscles can't take over. Your body has no choice. It has to use the muscle you're actually trying to build. That's not cheating. This is what research calls lengthened partials, but I add a 2 to 3 second static hold at the bottom, which makes it even more effective. Perform a full rep, a partial rep at the bottom, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and then continue another full rep. Repeat this method throughout the set. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're building strength, control, and the range most people rush through. And that extra time under tension at the bottom also drives more blood flow. Bottom partials with the static hold creates a super pump unlike no other. Here's why it works. The bottom position is where the muscle is under maximum stretch. And stretch muscle under load triggers more growth than any other position. Hold it there, pulse. Every rep fires the deepest fibers. The ones full range lifting misses. The Greeks didn't train to move weight, they trained to recruit every fiber. Perform a full rep, a partial at the flex, a full rep, repeat through the set. You're maximizing time under tension at peak contraction. This method works best with leg extension, bicep cable curls, seated leg curls, tricep extensions, but doesn't work as well on chest press or pull downs because there's no clean peak contraction lockout point. The peak contraction partials add more strength gains, and it's another way to drive hypertrophy. Here's why this works. At peak contraction, the muscle is fully shortened. That's where you recruit the highest threshold motor units, the ones that actually grow. Full range of motion builds the foundation. Peak contraction partials forces your body to hold that top position longer than it wants to, and that's where the real results live. The last one most people already do. They just don't know why it works. Perform full range of motion reps to near failure. You're extending the set past normal failure, targeting the strength curve weak point. This works best on the same category as exercise 3, leg extension, bicep curls, tricep extension, seated leg curls. Then transition into partials at the sticking point. The end of set partials is more effective at driving muscle fiber recruitment. In addition, this method maximizes metabolic stress in the target muscle. Here's why it works. When you can't do another full rep, your muscles still have partials left in the tank. Those last 4 or 5 partials recruit the stubborn fibers that have not been fired yet. The ones that only wake up when you push past failure. Full reps build the foundation, end of set partials build the finish. That's the 4 ways to use partials that most people never learn. I've been using these since I was 15, 40 years in the gym, and they still work. If this helped, hit subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one. Great freak training! Let's go!